Hey everybody! How are you guys doing on this lovely Thursday? I don't know about you guys, but the sun was actually shining. It was like plus, not very high, but plus degrees, which means the snow is finally melting. I'm coming and hopping, so I'm hopping on here tonight to share with you a little bit about the post that I made earlier today about how I told one of my clients that I hated what she was doing. And I also want to shed some light on this concept that time is money. So for those of you that are brand spanking new, welcome, welcome. I'm super excited that you are here. I am Brittany Budd, and I am the facilitator and creator of this amazing community. And I am a mindset and business coach for entrepreneurs. So of course, I'm running an entrepreneurial group, right? What I do is I equip you with the strategies, tools, and resources that you need to step up in your business, to take bold action, and to start getting real results, which means money, right? So, a little bit of like a harsh truth, like a truth bomb here, you guys. Time is money, okay? This has nothing to do with my post about my client, but I wanted to share this because this happens a lot. And, you know, it doesn't really matter how much money you make or what's going on, but if you treat people like their time is not worth something, you're putting out this really bad vibe energy that's going to block you from making money. Like, if you don't respect another person's time and understand that when they give you their time, it's valuable, like it has monetary value. And I believe that, you know, every moment with my kids is like that's worth money to me. I would pay to hang out with my kids. Luckily, I don't have to pay to hang out with my kids. But there's value in exchanges, in human interaction, right? And, you know, a lot of times we don't put monetary value, but that's kind of how the world works. And it's really easy to put monetary value, you know, like, oh, I'd pay $20 to have a coffee with you. You're my friend. I love you. And I'd pay $20 to have a coffee with you for a half an hour or whatever. But if you treat people with like really little respect and you don't value the time that they are giving you, you are effectually blocking value that can come to you, for one, because if someone's going to give you their time, you're going to get some type of value out of it. And two, if that's your attitude, like, I don't respect people, time isn't money, like, just, how can you possibly expect to be making money if that's your attitude about other people? So I just wanted to talk about that because I was talking to my coach earlier this week, and, you know, since starting this group, I've been taking on a lot of clients, I've been taking a lot of calls, and we were talking about people that just, like, don't show up. Like, how annoying is that when someone doesn't show up? Like, whether you're meeting a girlfriend for coffee and she just, like, forgets, or, you know, whatever, they don't show up, or like you're going on a date with somebody and they don't show up, you know, someone ghosts you and you're just like, what the heck? Like, it doesn't matter how much money you make, how little money you make, what's going on. No one likes to be stood up. And it's so rude when someone stands you up, right? So, like, I've had no-shows in my life. I've had people that have paid to meet with me and still not show up. Like, what is that? And then they don't have an excuse. Guys, ask yourself, what are you prioritizing in your life? Are the things that you're paying for a priority? And are the things that you're doing for your business a priority? And if not, it's not fair to waste someone else's time, right? So anyway, I just want to throw that out there because, like I say, my coach and I were talking about it. She had a no-show, like, very recently. I've had a couple of no-shows in the last few months. And like I say, even when I've been being paid for my time, it's still agitating. Like, why aren't you here? We're adults. You're an adult. You're an entrepreneur. You're a CEO. You wouldn't expect someone to do that to you, I'm sure. So don't do it to other people. You have a phone. It's very easy to send someone a message and say, like, shit has hit the fan today. I need to cancel. So simple. So anyway, the main purpose that I wanted to hop on here is because earlier today I made a post about one of my clients talking about how she had these goals. So one thing that I love to do with my clients is let's set up goals for the month. What are we going to work on this month? And so, you know, February was our first month together. And I was like, okay, like for our next call, I want to know what your goals are for March. And so she was like, we get on the phone. She's all excited to share her goals with me. And she goes, I have 3 tiers of goals. So I was like, okay, let's hear it. And she goes, minimum, realistic, dream. And I was like, I hate it. And okay, my post was how like your coach should not sugarcoat your shit. Like, and I did not sugarcoat it for her. I'm not a sugarcoating kind of person. I'm a little bit of a hard ass, but that's because I want her to be successful. So why did I tell her that I hated her 3-tier method of creating goals? Guys, because of her mindset. If you have a realistic goal, and I mean, goals need to be a little bit painful. You gotta push just a smidge outside of your comfort zone to actually work at something to try to reach the goal. Now, do we always hit our goals? Of course not. There's so many times where you will not reach your goals. That's not the point of goals, though. The point of goals is to work. It's to put in the effort and try to reach for something that's a little bit hard. And yeah, okay, maybe you don't hit them. Big whoop, you try again. It's about this constant push to be better and better and better all the time. So I said to her, like, I said I hated it, and I burst out laughing because, like, I'm really not a bitch. But I said, if you have realistic goals and dream goals, why are you giving yourself this, like, B-list, like, backup plan minimum goals? Like, why is that even on your radar? You are effectively giving your brain a cop-out. You know? This is realistic, but if I really don't feel like doing the work this week or this month, then even if I like really slack off and don't put any effort in my business, I'll probably still hit that minimum goal. And then I can be like, oh, well, you know what? I still hit my minimum goal. Hell no. That is not what hiring me was for. Hiring me was to kick you in the butt so that you go for the realistic / the dream goals. Even realistic, I said realistic is really not a set of goals. If it's realistic for you to hit it, then push a little further. Your coach is to push you a little further, push you a little harder, make you stretch. Hi, Shannon. Make you get a little bit outside of your comfort zone because we want you to be successful. I want her to reach the top of her company. She's in network marketing. That's her goal. She's very high in her company. We're working together for the next 6 months. She wants to reach the top of her company. She wants to be the first person to do it. I 100% believe in her, and I'm going to help her do it, but she's not going to hit that if she's slacking off and hitting her minimum goals. It just won't happen. So what am I doing? Am I an enabler? No. Your coach should not be an enabler. Like crying with you when you have hard times. Well, okay, I'm going to cry with you when you have hard times, but if you have crappy excuses and there's no reason for you to not be doing the work, you need to be held to task, which is why you have a coach. So when it comes to mindset and why I told her I hated her idea of having minimum goals is because I don't think that as a coach, as a business coach, I should be letting my clients slide. You know what? You hired me so you can just do the bare minimum. You can do the bare minimum without me. You want to hit the top of the company, that's why you hired me. I'm going to hold you to that standard. And so she's very gracious. She's amazing. She's very coachable. We did laugh about it. But that's what makes a really good coach and client relationship. So all of that to say, if you find that you are someone that is setting these, like, this is realistic, this is like minimum, like if I really slack off and don't, like I'm too busy, can't find the time, you know, all the excuse that we just like let build up and lean on, and no one questions you. Your coach should question you on these things. If you are someone that, you know, here's my, like, I can probably do this. If I don't feel like it, I can, this will definitely happen. Like, I don't even have to work for this. And then I have these dream goals. If this sounds like you, I want you to think about how this is affecting your mindset and how this is affecting your business. Push yourself a little harder. Don't have any minimum goals. Like bare minimum, if I do nothing, this just will happen on its own. That doesn't count. Take your realistic goals and just push a little bit so you're kind of like, I don't know if I can do that. If I try really hard, I might. Those are goals where you don't know for sure, and you know that you have to work really hard. And even if you work really hard, it still might not happen for you. That's how you set goals. That's how you push yourself. That's how you push your business. Everything in life. You know, it no different than studying for a test. If I study for like a half an hour, like I'll get a C. Realistically, I could get a B if I study for like an hour. Or like maybe even like I could get a C without studying. That's my minimum goal. Get a C, don't study. Get a B if I study for like an hour. Get an A+, but it'll take like 3 hours of studying. Hello? Getting a C, minimum goal, that should not be on your list, you guys. And studying for like a half an hour or an hour to get a B, that's realistic. But why aren't you pushing for that A+? And even if you don't hit that A+, you still might get an A or an A-. Hello, push yourselves, people. Anyway, I wanted to push you guys because that's what a coach does. Are you letting yourself cop out? Are you giving yourself goals just to say, okay, I completely shit the bed this month, but I set the bar on the ground and I hit it. So, yes. Are you doing that? I hope you're not. And if you are, here's your wake-up call. Cut it out. Pick the bar off the ground. Push a little bit. You will not grow your business if you are unwilling to make it hurt a little bit. Okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you are one of those people, and like I say, our brains will cop out on us. Like, if your brain knows, like you can't be trusted. This is why people hire coaches. You cannot be trusted. It's like New Year's resolutions or like trying to get into new habits. Like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna wake up at 4:30 in the morning and work out. Your brain is like, that's not happening. You just wait until that alarm rings at 4:30. You are gonna hit dismiss and you are going back to bed, girlfriend. Your brain knows that you are full of shit. And it totally lets you be full of shit until push comes to shove. And so if you are one of those people that's over your brain, like just like letting you pretend that you're gonna do all these things and not making you actually step up and do those things, and you're ready for someone else to be like, hey, wake up, hey, study for 3 hours, hey, no more of these minimum goals, let's go. I would love to be that person for you. I'd love to hold your ass over the fire. It's for your good, I promise. You might hate me when I say that I don't like that you're giving yourself a reason to quit early, but it's for the best, and you'll thank me later, I promise, just like she did. You can definitely apply for a strategy session with me. They're free. We'll chat about your business. We'll chat about where you're struggling, maybe in your mindset, maybe in consistency, maybe in lack of clarity, systems. I really want to talk about systems. Maybe I'll come back and do another live right after this to talk about network marketing, because this has been a huge thing. I tell my brain what to do. It doesn't tell me. Mindset change. Kind of like letting life run you, or you running your life. Exactly, Shannon. That's exactly right. Feel free, you guys. Book a strategy session with me and just, we'll talk about your business. We'll talk about where you're struggling. We're going to talk about what your goals are, particularly for the next 6 months, because that's how long you get to work with me. Hi, Donna. 6 months. They say, and I believe this, that if you spend 6 months really intentional focus on your business, you can set your business ahead by 5 years. Would you or would you not like to shave 5 years off your business plan? Hell yes. Who wouldn't want to do that? Imagine the money that you'd be making in 5 years, but instead you're making it in 6 months. Hey-oh, yes please. If that sounds like something you want to do, you want me to light a fire under your ass, you want me to swear on calls with you and tell you when I hate your things, but with those, I also tell you what you need to be doing, and it's so fun. I will put the link in the comments after this video loads, and we'll chat, and it'll be great. All right, you guys, I think I'm going to shut this down, and I think I'm going to come right back and talk about goals and systems, particularly for network marketers. So let's do it. See you in a second.